I'm hearing there's got to be more. So for this collective, you might be in a state of feeling a little bit lost in your life, just feeling like maybe you're lacking some meaning or direction, or maybe you're feeling a little bit of that homesickness, that very internal homesickness, like you haven't just quite found where you belong or who your people are. You haven't quite found that place in your life where you can meet yourself in wholeness and you feel that completeness, that belonging. So let's see why this emotion is being activated in you. And we're going to look at, I'll probably pull you some oracle cards first and then get your tarot advice today. So let's see why this energy is being activated in you right now. That wanted to come out. That's a prison of regret. Okay. All right, this collective, you have certainly been through quite a bit in your time here. With Sands of Time, maybe you feel you have been waiting on the world to change or your life to change for quite some time. Maybe things have felt like at a snail's pace. And then at the same time, maybe it feels like time speeds up and you're losing time and you haven't really quite landed to where you feel that wholeness, that completeness, and that fulfillment within you that you're looking for. I think there's a lot of confusion. Maybe you had some expectations here, or something you thought maybe was going to be your life path, maybe a certain way things would pan out in your life, and that really hasn't come to fruition for you. Maybe you're really questioning a lot of things about what you believed, your foundational belief system, your concept of self here. Clearly, this collective, you've had quite a bit of turmoil in your life. A lot of chaos, a lot of destruction, a lot of upheaval, be that internally or externally or both. You're feeling drained right now. You're feeling drained. Maybe it just feels day in and day out the same thing over and over. Maybe you feel whatever progress you are making or you try to make, it's like one step forward, 10 steps back, and there's more upheaval, there's more delays, and you question even more what it is you're even headed towards. 46 and 49 could be significant numbers for you. Be that a number you spent on groceries or gas, or a number on a license plate, an age. Or April could also be a significant time. The reason this energy is activated in you right now, collective, when our spirit team is trying to send us messages, it's a little difficult to just write you a physical letter. It's not really how it works with them. And so the lessons that are being brought up that we need to learn, how we pay attention is through the uncomfortable emotion, right? It's to get our attention and to put focus on what this layer is we're trying to break to get to the next screen, to get to the next up level. And I feel as though maybe you're having a lot of strange dreams and nightmares too, as a deviation. But I feel one of the reasons this is coming up for you right now is because you're being shown the contrast of how this life you are in right now, looking around you, this emotion, whether this is internal or external, this emotion, your external circumstance, the life you are leading doesn't feel like a fit. You do not feel at home in it right now. You don't feel a sense of belonging. It's like you're trying to find your way back home where you are, and you just haven't quite gotten to that destination. This is purposeful because you know where you are is not where you are supposed to be. Right now, they're trying to open you a new gateway, a completely new life, a new doorway, a new opportunity, a place of happiness, especially with that sunflower imagery. I'm just seeing that sun card in my mind in tarot, the happiest card in the deck, that sunshine. They're trying to open this for you, and because you have been experiencing the contrast of what you do not want so potently, you're going to recognize this door when it opens. And sometimes the uncomfortability of this emotion is what ignites us to action, to really make moves and take steps to heal, and to give us the courage to walk through that door of the unknown, that portal to something new, to what's really destined for us in our life. You're being asked to heal away the hurts of the past. This says, wash away the past to prepare for new opportunities to come. And this is quite literally the door, the portal of those new opportunities getting ready to open for you. So the time it's taken, maybe you feel you've lost a lot of time in your life. Maybe you feel all the things you've built that didn't pan out, that had destruction, all the things you worked towards, that you put your energy to, it's just left you exhausted and confused, collective. But thinking and ruminating on what has been done, what your past has been up to this point, is taking your focus away from how you can embody a newer version, how you can release that old energy. It's quite literally weighing you down. It's not a firm foundation to base the new choices, the new steps of your life on. If you're basing your new life, your new choices, this new gateway opportunity on this energy of, I don't know if I can trust what I've seen, I'm very confused, I feel exhausted, this has taken so long, so much time has been lost, everything's moving so slow, all the chaos, the pain, the hurt, the destruction, what I've had to endure in my life. You will make choices from a place of pain and fear and exhaustion, of pulling in and trying to protect yourself. That's why you're being asked to heal this. This is coming up for you because it needs to be addressed, collective. You're being asked to heal, or cleanse it away, renew, to step into your future, closing the wounds so that you don't miss this new gateway that's being provided. I want to get your path ahead. Let's get you some oracle cards, collective. See, peek into this gateway for you. It's like you've been walking in the same pair of shoes so long. Your feet have outgrown them. They're worn out. There's holes in the bottom. And you're thinking about all the journey you've taken in that pair of shoes and, the disappointment of how worn out they've gotten because you had to walk through fire. It melted some of the bottom. You had to trek this mountain that was just exhausting, and they got all muddy and they got torn, and now your feet are aching because you've been walking in these shoes for so long. What the universe is asking of you is to just remove the shoes. There's an upgrade. Step with those feet into the healing waters and let them go. In fact, taking a moment to pause and heal. Maybe you really are just trying to push forward and push through. And when this emotion comes up, you really are doing your best to try to stay positive and not really feel it, not really focus on it. And yet you can see how it's cycling through your system again and again because of the fear, because of how long things have taken, the time, the delays, because you're trying to understand your path. You're trying to understand where it is you're supposed to end up here. It's not making sense to you. So clearly this emotion coming up and cycling through you, just pushing it aside and walking in those shoes even further, it's not working for this collective. We need a little bit of a different approach here. So we'll get your tarot for that, but let's just see what's ahead for you. Detour. 31 and 30, 313. Finding balance, that emotional and intellectual balance. When you heal and you can see properly because you've integrated your nervous system to be at peace, and the mind-body connection is so powerful. When our nervous system's in ignition, it puts our mind, our brain, our thinking in ignition. We don't feel safe. And vice versa, when our thoughts are going a million miles an hour, our body starts feeling not safe. We might start sweating, or our heart might start racing. When emotions come up, we might be trying to overanalyze them, and it sends our body into ignition as well as we're going on this roundabout. One of the reasons healing is needed here is so you can have a balanced approach to the decisions you need to make going forward. A more integrated approach where the mind, the body, and the heart are basing your new choices off of a place of harmony, of balance. Not that those shifting sands of, is this right, is this not? Am I going to be safe in this decision? Do I have confidence? Is this going to end in destruction again, right? That unequal footing, it won't work. You need this holistic approach, this balanced approach. Again, I just seeing this as like the synapses in the brain. We all have neuroplasticity. You can change your thought pattern. You just need to be a little bit on top of it. When their overthinking mind comes up, when you begin ruminating on the past, you're living the past now. You're calling forth that energy and making it a part of your present. That makes it very hard to focus on the present and the new things that are going to be presented to you in the moment. A new day, a happy beginning is coming. Darkest before the dawn and obstacles overcome on the bottom. It's on your horizon, collective. Mindfulness might be a very good approach for you. Again, it's not your fault. What you've been through, this collective, your brain is trying to keep you safe. And so it's trying to analyze, it's trying to remind you of the past hurts and pains so you are vigilant for anything to come up in the future, but you don't need to be. From a place of balance, you can handle the decisions coming your way. You can have a complete turn of event here. Rethink a different path, an external force. Maybe a new setback is coming, or maybe this is a turn of events that's completely changing your direction. I'm more seeing it as the positive because you have that door of opportunity opening. When you're in that state of ruminating on the past, on the disappointment, on the expectations of what you had hoped your life would look like by now, and how those expectations haven't been met, my advice, focus on what brings you joy just in this moment. How can you love you just in this moment? That's all it takes. Just bring it back to the present. You can't change what's happened. We can't change the time. And through this time, you've actually been conditioned and strengthened and forged with a lot of power. You haven't seen it because you haven't stepped into the role where you've needed to really fully embody it yet, but that door is opening for you. I'm sure you know you're strong from what you've endured, but you're going to really shine in your power in this new phase ahead. Phase where you're going to really need to be in tune with your intuition and with that divine feminine, that affection, that recognition, that inner psychic ability you have. When your body is in panic mode and protection mode, your intuition is not going to be able to shine through. You really need to learn how to ground in the emotion and in safety and in presence. Again, the ego wants to fear on the future or ruminate on the past to keep us safe. But the only way to silence the ego that we all have, that part of the brain that is trying to keep us protected, is mindfulness, is focusing on this moment. What brings you happiness? And it's not doom scrolling. It's not panicking or trying to control or understand what may be or what may come. It's what's bringing you joy right now. How can you love yourself in this moment? Maybe it's just taking a deep breath. Maybe it's getting a drink because you're thirsty and your body needs nourishment. Simple things, collective. You're going to need your intuition for this chapter ahead, but also being gentle and kind with yourself. That nurturing divine feminine energy I'm seeing. Some kind of collaboration coming, discussion, valued, being heard, equality. In the future, you're going to be collaborating with others on something, some kind of, this could be a project, this could be as simple as a conversation. Another golden, you've had a couple cards now of golden opportunity and golden ticket. This is why this is going to completely put your life on a detour to a completely new path, to your true destined path that you have felt all along was for you, but because of all you have had to suffer, you're questioning if it really is going to show up for you. It is. It is. 5 could be an important number, or the month of May. This is all about steering clear, in control, freedom, self-determination, mastery, and going places. You have to master yourself here, collective. You have to master your triggers and your mind. You have to be stronger than it, than your fear, than what you've endured. Let it strengthen you. Let it motivate you. Let it give you the confidence that you can handle anything that comes your way, rather than the fear of what might be lost or what expectations may never be met. Never finding that home, that landing place, that success, fulfillment you're craving. This falcon, rising above, strategy, focus, a higher self, third eye perspective, a farther reaching vision. Just because your life looks a certain way right now and it hasn't panned out how you were hoping, it does not mean it can't change just like that. And it absolutely can. Big break, turning point, turn of events. You have a couple that say that. Once in a lifetime, something extraordinary, a magical opportunity. That golden ticket card is powerful. Something really big is coming for this collective. And your ability to make decisions, collaborate, have support, valued input, unity. It's really important. Positive communication, peace, harmony, in tune with others, collaboration. You're going to be collaborating with others, collective. When complicated circumstances come up, when things are puzzling, there's hassles. Maybe this is how your life has felt up to this time. Just tangled, problems, complicated circumstances, conundrum, one hassle after the next. Your ability to integrate, to communicate with spirit, with those around you, with your own body and mind. They're always communicating. You just need to step into that control room with your intent and tell it what it should be communicating. What should your mind be communicating to your body and your body to your mind right now? Peace, safety, wholeness, integration. Boss, CEO, benefits, wealth, affluence, rich. They're activating your strength. I'm seeing a lot of travel too for some reason. Maybe you're about to take a trip or you're traveling right now. Or this might be part of this next chapter. Let's just get a couple more. Alert, a transition, a new opportunity knocks. It's knocking at your door, collective. Oh my gosh. It would be so close. I don't think you would even see this. And because it's rapidly coming towards you, again, it's like your team is trying to activate this old emotion you haven't worked through to get you to clear it so you can be grounded. whole, collaborating, trusting, seeing a higher vision, overcoming, and stepping into this opportunity with power and clarity and groundedness, the ability to be unified, working with others. Dolphins could be a sign for you too. They're a sign of wealth, luck, and abundance. That is something, collective. That is something. All right, let's get you your tarot. How do we clear this energy for collective? I've rambled a lot about it, but let's see what your tarot says. And then we'll get you a couple advice cards. And just shuffle these. I usually use these cards for just my private readings, but they have cosmic triggers in them, which I really like. So I pulled it out today. All right. Using a very logical, grounded approach, mind over matter. Really finding power over your mind, your thought pattern. And it is a pattern, and again, it's there to keep you safe. A confidence boost. You're going to have victory here. Recognition. Recognizing who you are, how far you've come. You're in charge of your life, collective. It's that Nine of Swords energy that's really a hang-up right now. You might not be sleeping well. Again, nightmares, bad dreams, restless sleep. This is mental anguish, but this is anguish of the past. She's not in any current danger right now. It's the remembrance, it's the thought loop of what's happened, what's been done, what's been lost. One for King of Swords, please. Empress. The King of Swords is all about that intellect. All about being truthful, wise, a lot of mental power and strength. Seeing things clearly, with integrity. If you can take control of your thought pattern, it's going to put you in this state of receiving, collective, and this opportunity will open up faster for you than I think you might even let yourself believe. Six of Wands. Victory, recognition, spiritual mastery over this. Maybe you're in a place of solitude right now, a little bit. You've pulled in. That hermit's journey is painful. It can feel very isolating, but it's asking you to go within, see the lesson, see the truth of your soul, of who you are. Resolve, seeing your growth, finding that guiding light. Look for enlightenment. Trust your team here. Maybe you need to take some time to meditate or allocate signs to your team for a way for them to communicate with you. This is important. You have victory. I feel this is so much about going within, seeing your growth, seeing the lessons you have learned, seeing your resolve, trusting that guiding light you've had for so long that now you question. This card's all about recognition, confidence boost, and victory. You've already won so many battles. You're about to win the war. Knight of Swords. This could have been to do with the loss of a foundation. Maybe you really haven't had a lot of support. This is all about your community, but this can also be, it's that wedding card. It's that long-term lover, that homecoming. Again, I keep hearing you want to find your way home. It's like you just don't feel a sense of belonging where you are right now. You don't feel seen, heard, valued, like you matter, like all you've suffered is really ever going to amount to anything like you had hoped or dreamed it would. And maybe there was a loss of a really important relationship, and heartbreak is so challenging to overcome. It really is. It's one of the most painful things we go through. But it's coming. What about this situation, the loss of it, the destruction of it, made you feel unworthy? Made you feel like You didn't have a place. You didn't have value or a purpose. Go within, see how powerful you are, collective. Don't let this thought pattern take over. One more. Three of Swords, overcoming the sorrow. This is all about healing, letting go, forgiveness, release, finding optimism. Finding optimism. Maybe you need to book a trip, something to look forward to in your life. Even those little things to help us change state. Even if it's a small one. Maybe just go out and be in nature. Anything to help you find appreciation. The more we focus on our current joy, on our current gratitude, the more we call that in. You're living the past out now in the present, because I feel there has just been so much pain. It's created a fragmentation of self. You don't realize who you are because of how much you've been through. It's like you've lost sight of your power, of your crown, of your birthright. You have a spiritual birthright here, collective, and it's this. Let's get you a couple more advice cards. Forgive and heal. It's holding you back. We've had this card come out a lot in the last few readings. And sometimes forgiveness isn't about, what did I say? Finding joy in the moments. Learning to heal. So many confirmations. Spirit just reaffirming. I think you've got the message. And release the attachments, the external, the time, the expectation, the grip of what no longer, as I say, grip. I need to chill out my grip. The grip of what no longer serves you. Allowing emotional wounds to mend. Finding freedom in detachment. The fulfillment you're looking for was never in an outcome. It was never in a person. It was never about a marriage or a connection or a job or a place. It's always been about you. It's always been about you. And fulfillment comes from within. Nothing outside of you is going to grant you it. I know sometimes we question, well, yeah, sure would be nice not to worry about money or to have companionship or XYZ. Those things can be just as burdensome as not having them. If it's not done in the right energy, some relationships can be a living hell. And for what? Just a little companionship, but you're not seen, you're not heard. The person isn't supporting you, isn't appreciating you, or is just triggering you more with your wounding. You might have a job that pays amazing, but you don't have time for yourself, for your friends, your loved ones, your hobbies. And worse still, what if you were to get a lump sum of money and because there's still so much pain within you, it was like you still can't tap into that happiness? How even more disheartening and disappointing would it be to realize it was it was a folly thinking that would really fix everything. It comes from within. Then you can truly appreciate when that door opens. You can recognize it. You know the difference in energy because you've embodied this yourself. It's time to let go, collective, so they can release it for you. You're right there. You don't have to be that version anymore. You get to start a new story today. And you can even just take it one day at a time. What would your ideal day look like today? What's one thing, one promise you want to keep to yourself that will make you feel loved and fulfilled and cherished today? And do that. Building love, confidence, and accomplishment for yourself in little things. Seeing yourself outside this story. hope that reading's been helpful for you, collective. I hope it wasn't too triggering. I'm really trying to give you guys a pep talk here because you can see the block and you can see what beautiful chapter lies ahead for you. It's being granted. You don't need to be in protection mode anymore. You can release it. Focus on joy instead. In whatever way, shape, or form you can, in whatever your circumstance, it will change your life. All right, I love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful day.